Whether new shooter, longtime gun owner, or even police officer or soldier, your handgun needs a Crimson Trace laser sight or light. Get the confidence and reliability you need to protect family, home, and country. Crimson Trace.
This is Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, now available on iTunes and other podcast clients, and on the free Gun Dealio smartphone app for iPhone and Android. Feel free to call Tom now at 1-TOM-TALK-GUN or 866-825-5486, or email tom@guntalk.com. Now, once again, here's Tom.
Oh, yeah, a lot of things going on, a lot of things for us to talk about, whether it's gun rights or new guns that are coming out or how to shoot better or just, frankly, interesting and fascinating people in the world of firearms and shooting and competition. Along those lines, it is a real pleasure to bring in a fellow I've known for 30 years now, Bruce Piatt, champion shooter. And look, in the world of top shooters, you know some names. There's Jerry Michalik and Rob Latham and Max Michel and Carl Barnowski and Bruce Piatt. Bruce, it's a pleasure to have you on here again. How are you?
I'm good, Tom. How are you?
Well, I am good. I mean, last time we talked, you were kind of eyeing your move out of New Jersey. You just retired as a career law enforcement officer because you really have two careers. One was law enforcement, but the other was shooting, right?
Yep. I just retired in March. This is my first year being retired after almost 30 years in law enforcement. This is my first summer being off of work, police work, and now my passion has taken over. My entire time shooting, or being a police officer, I was shooting as like a second job, more of a passion than anything else. But now it's shooting full time.
Well, I got to tell you, there are a lot of competitive shooters out there who are frightened to hear that because you've been beating them as a part-time shooter. Now that you're a full-time shooter, they got to be thinking, how good can this guy get?
That's a good question. I'd like to give it a try. I've been so busy. You know, you've heard the story, be careful what happens when you retire, you're going to get busy. Well, it is. You know, you would think you'd have more time. My schedule's full now. It's just one thing after the other.
How long have you been shooting competitively?
Over 30 years. You know, before I was a police officer, I was shooting on a local level. You know, up and down in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York area. And once I took the police job, I got some decent vacation time, and I was able to travel and start the national circuit. So my first major match was the first year I got hired, so that was 28 years ago. The first year I shot the Bianchi Cup was 28 years ago. Yeah.
Whoa. You know, and of course we met, I guess, at the Sportsman's Team Challenge, the first ones down in Florida.
Oh, man, those were fun. Then Markham Park, right?
Markham Park. You're shooting on a team, and I'm calling the action for ESPN. That's a long time ago, but you have kept at it, and you just keep winning. And then you were just over in West Virginia and just kicked butt again at the NRA championship there.
I did. It's been quite a trip, and that's, you know, you mentioned the Sports Team Challenge. That's probably one of the reasons why I did so well at this past weekend at the NRA World Championship is because I shoot so many different disciplines. You know, there's a lot of top competitors that specialize in just one discipline. Like, you know, Max Michel's very, you know, he kind of stays to his either steel shooting or IPSC, and that's it. And then you have three-gun shooters. Taryn Butler sticks strictly to three-gun, and he doesn't branch out too much into everything else. But I shoot everything, and I think, you know, people say, "What do you do for fun?" Well, in my off season in the winter, I shoot bullseyes. You know, that's my fun.
So you shoot action when you're working, and then shoot bullseye when you're not working, just for fun. Now, describe, if you would, just so people understand, what kind of events, what kind of shooting did you have to do in this thing where you beat everybody? Well,
we had to shoot cowboy action was stage one. First of all, when you go to this event, all the guns and all the ammo is supplied. You show up there with nothing but what you can walk up to the line with, your eyes and ear protection, and that's it. They don't let you bring any other gear. The guns and ammo supplied. We shoot cowboy action, actual bullseye, one-handed, 25 meters bullseye. Bianchi Cup, we shot the mover for the Bianchi. There was precision .22 rifle at 50 yards. There was a 5-stand shot with the aerial shotgun. There
wing
was
shooting.
Wobble trap, yeah. And then there was a long-range rifle out to 800 yards, 700 yards or so. There was action long-range where we're shooting a semi-auto shotgun out to 600 yards, 500 and 600 yards. There was 3-gun shooting, rifle, pistol, shotgun, all in one stage. So a little bit of everything, and you had to be good at everything and be consistent. And that's what got me the victory. I didn't have one bad stage the whole day. So
okay, I've known you long enough to know you won't say this, but I will say it because somebody needs to. Because of the nature of this and all the different things that you have to do and all the different kinds of shooting you're doing, and you just picking up somebody else's gun and picking them up and shooting, and you're beating everybody, I'm going to declare you the best all-around shooter in the world.
Well,
there it is. Yeah, see, I know. And that's why he's that good, people. He said, well, I don't know about that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But you beat everybody shooting every kind of shooting there is, and all the best shooters are there. And the other thing is you've been doing this forever. I mean, you've won Bianchi how many times?
5 times national, once in the world, yeah.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all. Just the hardest handgun competition there is. Yeah, okay. No big deal, right? Anybody can do this, except that nobody can do this. Like I say, you can count them on one hand, the people who can shoot like you can shoot. How did you get to be this good?
I guess I'm pretty fortunate, Tom. I wish I had the answer. If I had that answer, Tom, I'd put it in a bottle and sell it, but I don't know. I think it's... I have to contribute to, there's got to be a lot of natural ability. There's some guys that have to practice and practice and practice. I'm very fortunate that I get a little bit of practice. And, I'm from New Jersey, so my practice has been very limited in my whole career. I have to drive 2 hours just to shoot anything. I can travel an hour and get some shooting in. Any kind of distance takes me 2 hours to go get to a range.
Wow.
My sponsors love me. I don't wear out any guns, and my bullet sponsors. I don't shoot a lot, so I guess I'm just fortunate. I can get there, and with a little bit of practice, I do well.
I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, how good could you be if you were practicing? Oh yeah, but you're already the best. So there it goes. If people want to follow you and know what you're up to, I mean, you've got your website, Bruce Piatt. It's Piatt, BrucePiatt.com. And you're on Twitter, and I guess you're on all the social media. Yeah,
Facebook, Twitter. Yeah.
Yep, got all that going.
I'll be next week. I'm doing the shooting circuit. I'm teaching 1911 classes to build pistols. I'm trying to get some actual shooting lessons arranged. Like I said, you retire and your schedule gets full, but I'm trying to fit them in. So I always calling and asking. So,
Bruce, I can't think of anybody who would be better to take a class from. So now, can they find out about your shooting lessons and all on your website, BrucePiatt.com?
Yep, everything's there. Yep.
Okay, that'll work. All right, there you go. Well, you just keep on pulling that trigger, my friend, because you are kicking butt and taking names. You're still beating everybody. And as I say, I'm going to proclaim you the best all-around shooter in the world at this time, Bruce Piatt. Go to check it out, Bruce Piatt. That's BrucePiatt, BrucePiatt.com. We'll be right back.
Alien Gear Holsters, the most comfortable and concealable holsters on the planet, offers big savings with our new 2-holster combo. Buy 2 complete holsters for as little as $49.88. Choose any available holster styles or colors for the guns of your choice. Alien Gear's quality products are made in the USA and include a 30-day trial, forever warranty, and free shell trades for life. Visit aliengearholsters.com today.
Hi, this is Tom Gresham from GUNTALK. America is losing critical wildlife habitat at a rate of 1 football field every hour. It's happening on the Louisiana coast, but it's critical to all sportsmen and conservationists. These precious wetlands provide winter habitat for more than 10 million ducks and geese annually, waterfowl that migrate north through dozens of states. Don't shrug it off. Get involved. You can help. Visit vanishingparadise.org.
Put a pistol in your hand, and what's your first thought? How does it feel? Then, how can I make it perfect for me? That's why FNH USA is offering the FNS Compact, perfect for concealed carry. Ergonomic, ambidextrous, customizable. Part of the highly regarded FNS series of striker-fired polymer pistols. Find your perfect pistol. Learn more about the FNS and FNX lines at your dealer, or visit us at fnhusa.com.
Before Silencer Shop made it so easy to suppress firearm noise, this was considered quiet. After Silencer Shop, this is considered quiet. Help make the world a quieter place. Visit silencershop.com to find a dealer powered by Silencer Shop near you. No crickets were harmed in making this commercial.
You spend weekend mornings ringing steel, not at brunch. You prefer cleaning your AR over shopping for antiques. And you know that your high-performance gun has a huge appetite for quality ammo that's affordable. The new Barnes Range AR ammo uses top-quality components to ensure your gun runs smooth. Loaded with light-for-caliber jacketed zinc core bullets to maximize speed. In 5.56 and 300 blackout. Fast, flat, accurate. Barnes Range AR ammo at barnesbullets.com.
All right, let's go straight to the phones. Line 2, Bill's with us out of Liberty, Missouri. Bill, you're on Gun Talk.
Hey, Tom, I'd like to see some signs going the other way, like Citizens Shop here, Citizens with Guns Shop here, Citizens with Guns Bank here, you know, signs going the other way.
I just saw, it's actually on my Twitter feed, somebody put a link to a sign. They shot a picture of a sign in a burger place, and it said, if you show us your concealed carry permit, you will get 25% off your bill. Now, that's cool.
That's great. That's great.
So,
hey, Tom, I'm looking for some 25-20 ammo, and I haven't been able to find any in a long time.
Okay. How are you looking for it? Where are you going?
Well, I've got on some websites and looked. I found some 25 other calibers, but not 25-20.
Okay, there's a website. I just went to it. It's called AmmoSeek, and it's AMMOSEEK.com. And I just put in 25-20, and there are probably 18 listings of places that have it for sale and have it in stock. Okay,
great. I'll check that out then.
Yeah, it's AmmoSeek, for those who are trying to find a pencil, AMMOSEEK.com. Put in whatever caliber you're looking for. Because, look, when you get into something like 25-20, I mean, I'd like to send people to their local stores. We have to support our local gun stores. But the reality is, something like that, local store probably may have it, may not, but you're a lot less likely. It's not like trying to find 308 or something. So you got to go where you got to go to find that. So I appreciate that. Bill, thank you so much for that call. Just got an email from Derek. Very interesting. Derek says, I heard you commenting before if internet search engines could give biased anti-gun results. Yes, I've talked about that. I think if Google tweaked the algorithms, they could actually, when people do searches about guns or politicians' gun positions or whatever it is, all you have to do is change the results slightly and people get a different opinion about what is, because people think that the search results are, of course, unbiased. So Derek says, you may definitely be onto something. recently I was on my Android tablet, which has Google as the default search engine. And I searched for, quote, self-defense shooting statistics, close quote. Imagine my surprise when every result on the first page was to articles dismissing self-defense and saying it is a myth. The links were to the usual, quote, unbiased sources, Huffington Post, New York Times, LA Times, gun control sites, etc. Then I manually went to the website for DuckDuckGo, which I like, by the way. DuckDuckGo.com is a really good search engine. Number one, it doesn't track where you go, as Google does. Instead, the user uses DuckDuckGo on his PC. It says, and he got much different results when he did the same search on DuckDuckGo. It's DuckDuckGo. I don't know why, but that's what it is. DuckDuckGo.com. And so he got different results when he went to Google searching for self-defense shooting statistics than when he went to DuckDuckGo. Now, I have to say, he also adds in, he says, thanks to your bulletproof leaf collar from a couple of weeks ago, I was watching a local newscast this week when a guy was going into more detail than he probably needed to, and caught myself saying, he's getting scientifical. Yeah.
It's kind of scientifical.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes things become scientifical. So, all right, here's a fascinating one. In Nassau County, this is New York, Nassau County, if you work for the district attorney's office and you're a lawyer there, it has been the policy there that you cannot own a handgun. Notice I didn't say you can't bring a handgun to work. You can't wear a handgun. If you are a lawyer in the DA's office, their policy is you are not permitted to own a handgun. Well, this came out a few weeks ago, and there was a huge uproar about it, as you can imagine. I mean, the very idea that working for someone, they could tell you that you can't own something that's perfectly legal. So they have changed their policy. Let me get this. First of all, they start off, they say, in 2006, the Nassau County District Attorney's Office established a policy prohibiting its prosecutors from owning handguns, absent special permission. Oh, yeah, it's a right, isn't it? You don't need permission. Absent special permission from the district attorney. Many neighboring jurisdictions impose handgun restrictions on assistant district attorneys. And it says the policy was established to avoid the dangers posed by armed, ununiformed lawyers working in charged situations like crime scenes with other law enforcement. So, and they go on to list a whole lot of the blue on blue, where a cop shoots another cop. In every case, the officer who is shot has his gun out and is apprehending someone. Another cop shoots him. And they're saying, well, as an attorney, we don't want you to be putting yourself in danger where the police might shoot you. Right. So they have their new policy. You'll love this. Under the new proposed policy attached, ADAs, assistant district attorneys, are strictly prohibited from carrying or possessing a weapon anytime they are working, including but not limited to work in the DA's office, courthouses, crime scenes, witness interviews, meetings with other agencies without the express written permission of the district attorney for the district attorneys or his designee. Any assistant DA who owns a handgun must supply a copy of all licensure and registration documentation to the DA's office. Violations of this policy may result in termination. It goes on to talk about threats against DAs. DAs, of course, get threats against them all the time. So if you find yourself being threatened, or you find yourself in a situation where you may be attacked, you're required and advised by the district attorney's office to notify their office or possibly call 911. If you're not, then dead. Yeah. They use a lot of acronyms there, ADA and DA. If I worked there, I probably would use another one. It would be FU, but that's just me. Line 3, Misty is in Coquille, Oregon. Hello, Misty. You're on Gun Talk.
Hi.
Hi there.
I'm calling about the situation that happened in Roseburg the other day, the murders. I'm just curious to know, what would be your recommendation for the people who are in situations like that to respond and shut that guy down, if you don't have a gun?
Well, it's a great question. Okay, what do? You don't have a gun. You're in this. Let's talk about this specific situation. Everybody's on the ground. He is having them stand up and say, what religion are you? If you're a Christian, he says, okay, then you're going to go see Jesus, and he shoots him in the head. Here's the deal, folks. After he does the first one, what the hell are the rest of you doing on the ground? Get up and rush this bum. I mean, run at him in a group. And I know you get this mob sheep. I mean, it really is a sheep mentality. And you don't have the warrior aspect. And I think part of that is the way we raise our kids. You can't fight in school. Even if you're defending yourself, you get kicked out of school if you fight. We need to raise kids that know how to fight, who understand that fighting is okay sometimes, that fighting to protect yourself is not only okay, but it is to be rewarded, that taking action quickly is a good thing, not waiting for someone else to tell you to take action, not waiting for permission. Don't ask for permission. Have a plan. But if they say, well, geez, if everybody had run at him, he might have shot people. Excuse me? He just killed a bunch of people. So your chances are better if everybody runs at him and knocks him down and takes his gun away, right? And if 2 or 3 people get shot in the process, that's horrible. But how many people got killed in this thing? More than that. So to your question, Misty, I think each of us has to, you don't come up with a plan when it happens. You come up with a plan now for the thing that happens 5 or 10 or 15 years from now. And then you simply execute the plan. You go, if this happens, I will click the switch. I'll flip the switch, and then I will take this action. Run at him, take him down, hit him with something, pick up a desk, charge him, knock him down, do what you got to do.
Broadcasting nationwide, you're listening to Gun Talk. And now, back to Tom.
Back with you. 866-TALK-GUN gets you in here. Just dial 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Email tom@guntalk.com. Over on Twitter, I'm at GunTalk. A lot of ways to follow me. By the way, go to our YouTube channel. Just look for Gun Talk over there. Check out this latest show we just posted about the Bianchi Cup. I think it is... hard to say this without... I know how it sounds. Okay, I know how it sounds. I really think it is one of the best things we've ever done. I think you will enjoy it. I think it helps you answer the question when people say, what is it about shooting that you like so much? I don't get that. And show them the Bianchi Cup show, where families are shooting together and having a ball, and the challenge of it, and the camaraderie of it, and the amazingly impressive youngsters shooting there. Again, it's on YouTube on our YouTube channel, Gun Talk. Look for the Bianchi Cup. It's part of the Gun Talk television series, one of the series that we have. We have invested, the behind-the-scenes deal here, we have invested a lot of money, time, resources, and everything else. We brought all of our production in-house. We got control of it, and I'm able to make the shows the way that we want them to be, and they're getting better and better. So I hope that you enjoy those. Let's see, Everytown for Gun Safety, Dancing in the Blood of the Innocent Dead People in Oregon, sends out their... You'll notice the NRA, when questioned, says, we will not comment on this because we're not going to try to take advantage of this tragedy. Classy. Shannon Watts at Everytown for Gun Safety puts out an email alert, says, NRA, brace yourselves. Say, we're going to go after the NRA. We've got to do something. We can't keep telling people to stand up to murderers. Really? We're going to trust the federal government to stop this. Excuse me? Really? So please send us $25. Wow. How crass, how callous, how opportunistic, how low can Shannon Watts, the founder of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America, and Everytown for Gun Safety, both which, of course, are puppet organizations started by and funded by Michael Bloomberg, the billionaire gun banner. Wow. I mean, just wow. On line 2, Savannah is joining us out of Kansas City, Missouri. Hello, Savannah. You are on Gun Talk. How can we help you?
Hello, Tom. Well, my dad is in the process of getting his concealed carry license, and I'm sure I'm getting mine when I turn 21. And I was just wondering what your weapon of choice is when you get your license. Is it a higher caliber gun or a lower caliber?
Okay. Let me ask you this. How long is it going to be until you turn 21?
It'd be 8 years, I guess. It's a while.
So you're 13 years old?
I'm 13 years old.
You're 13. Okay. Well, let's start from that.
I'm getting a
who knows?
9mm.
Whoa. Back the truck up. You're getting a 9mm? What are you getting?
9mm Walther this week. Yeah.
Nice. That has some nice slim grips. Now, what are you currently shooting? Do you shoot other guns now?
Yes, I do. I shoot whatever I can get my hands on.
Like what?
Well, we have a 16-gauge shotgun, and I started out with a 22 long rifle, and and so I just go from there, and I shoot handguns. Like I said, we're getting a 9mm for my birthday this week, and so.
And let me jump in. For those who are scratching their heads, Savannah's not actually getting the gun. Their family is getting a gun. Savannah will be able to shoot that. All right, here's the thing, Savannah. You're going to have 8 years to figure all this out. In the meantime, the 9mm is a really good choice, and that Walther is a great pistol, and you will love shooting it. And so just shoot it a lot, get very comfortable with it. When you get to be, I'm guessing, 16-ish, maybe in 3 years or so, I would suggest you start taking some defensive shooting classes. If you are a serious shooter and you really like it, you know what, at your age, if you really like to shoot, I'm going to throw out a weird thought for you. You might want to start shooting competitively in some form because you can actually get a college scholarship in shooting. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, if you go ahead and get involved in some kind of competitive shooting, whether it is shotgun shooting or pistols or rifles. There is a woman shooter who I think you ought to follow on Facebook. Her name is Julie Golub, Golob. If you follow Julie Golub, you're going to be inspired by what she has done and what she has been able to help other people do. She's a full-time professional shooter. This woman that's her job. She's a professional shooter. And she actually was in the military as a professional shooter. She was in the Army, at the Army Marksmanship Unit. But yeah, consider getting involved in competitive shooting. And around Kansas City, you'll be able to find some places to do that and find what kind of shooting you like. And then in a few years, you'll be able to figure it out. But the 9mm is a great self-defense cartridge. But look, you got 8 years to get this worked out. And by the time you get your concealed carry license, there'll be a ton of other firearms that have been introduced. And what I recommend for you now may not be, what we want to be talking about in 8 years. So just keep shooting, enjoy it. It's a great family activity. I can tell that you have a great family and just, but seriously, look into competitive shooting and see where that may take you. And please go follow Julie Golub on the web. It's JULIE GOLOB. For anybody who has a a young woman, a girl in their family who's interested in shooting, get them on to Julie. Watch what she's up to. Very inspirational. 866-TALK-GUN.
The Black Hills. There's nothing like it on Earth. The kind of place where characters become legends. Wild Bill Hickok, Crazy Horse, Calamity Jane. Pick any part of the world and you'll find people go there to make it their own. But this is where people come to get made. This is the place that made the people who make the best ammo on Earth. Black Hills Ammunition.
For 36 years, the U.S. Sportsmen's Alliance has been fighting to protect hunting, fishing, and trapping for sportsmen from coast to coast. Today, we are under constant attack from extremist animal rights groups who want to end your ability to hunt in the U.S. Join us to protect our sporting heritage and our way of life outdoors. To join or for more information on how you can help, go to ussportsman.org. That's ussportsman.org.
The Ruger American Rimfire Rifle combines features of the Ruger American Rifle and innovations of the 1022 Rimfire Rifle to appeal to all bolt-action enthusiasts. It features a modular stock system that provides comb height options for scope or iron sight use, a power bedding integral bedding block system for outstanding accuracy, a Ruger Marksman adjustable trigger, and a 1022 style rotary magazine for reliable feeding. The Ruger American Rimfire Rifle, another rugged, reliable firearm from Ruger.
You're at a gun store and your phone tells you about hot deals. Want to know about special offers? No problem when you have Gun Dealio, the free app for your smartphone. Gun Dealio delivers the latest deals on guns, ammo, and extras direct to your phone. Don't overpay for your shooting gear. Get Gun Dealio. It's free at the App Store and Google Play. Trigger the deals with Gun Dealio. GunDealio.com.
In today's climate, you always need to be ready. Nothing will make you a more accurate or confident shooter than Crimson Trace laser sighting systems. Get the immediate, decisive advantage of the world's only grip-integrated laser sights. Shoot better. Stay safer. Call 800-442-2406 or visit crimsontrace.com for a free copy of our new laser training video, The Laser's Edge.
All right, 866-TALK-GUN, or just dial 1-TOM-TALK-GUN, get you in here. I'm Tom Gresham. If you would like to keep up with what we're doing, obviously, if you miss a show, the easiest way, honestly, to listen to that show or past shows is grab the Gun Dealio app. It's a smartphone app. It's free, available on the Android and the iPhones, and you can listen to past shows with that. So you can go back, years, and listen to those. But if you miss something, that way you can, and also you can kind of time shift it if you want to, pick it up later. Or if there's a part that you think is worth listening to more than once, I sure hope so, you can certainly do that. Sometimes it's only just a word or two, you never know.
It's kind of scientifical.
I don't know. It's just something like that. You never know what's going to be out there. Line 3, John's with us out of Texas. Hey, John, you're on Gun Talk.
How you do, Tom? Well, your monologue on these rogue killers that attack, schools and young men like we had. I had a thought about what might cure the problem, and that's having every one of them do their tour in the military for the first 3 years, and that might weed out some of these nutcases. And
that is very interesting. You would mention that, John. I was having dinner with several people on Saturday night. We were talking about things, and I said, I just said, mandatory military service, 2 years in military for all women and men when they reach age X, figure out what that age is. We would end up with a much more mature group of people who knew how to show up on time for work, how to do what they're told to do, how to understand their role in a bigger organization, They would become much better employees. They would be much better trained. They would be more prepared for the world. But to your point, and this is where I'm going to kick it back to you and let you fill this out, you would have a lot of people who understood.
I lost you. Uh-oh.
Right. That's the way it goes sometimes. That does happen. But yeah, I mean, the question is, what do you think about the idea of mandatory military service? 2 years. Yeah, go ahead, John.
Rhetorical. At the time when I was at that age, I was glad I didn't have to go, but Vietnam War era. But the way I see what has happened to the young people nowadays, the problems that guy had in that letter. What was it? He didn't have a girlfriend, a poor soul, and whatever else was wrong with him.
Woe is me, poor little me, poor me.
Thing.
Well, suck it up. You know what? See if boot camp doesn't help you figure out poor little me. And then 2 years in the military, and you come out and you go, oh, life isn't all that bad just because I don't have a girlfriend. There's other things involved. And, I am not, in fact, the center of the universe. And I'm speaking to you, Mr. and Mrs. Millennial. Oh, my goodness. The whole... Well, you can't criticize them. You must praise them, and you must bring them on because they don't really respond well to, oh, my God, give me a break. How about a couple of years in the military, and then we'll have a talk. Thank you, John. I appreciate the call. Jason's in Medford, Oregon on one. Jason, give me this range report.
Yeah, how you doing, Tom? Thank you for taking the call. Hey, sure. I got myself my first AR. I got the Ruger AR 5.56. And,
nice.
And that's it's been a fabulous gun. I've really enjoyed shooting it. So, I'm brand new to the whole AR thing, but it's really, really been just a fabulous experience.
Let me ask you a question. You're new to ARs. What was your first impression once you got this rifle, took it out and shot it? Obviously you're kind of a bolt action guy, I'm guessing, coming from that world. As the new guy to ARs, what you think?
I was really, really surprised on just how little recoil the rifle has. I mean, I've heard it, and but I was really, really surprised on how easy it was to shoot. And since then, I've actually put a new muzzle brake, so I haven't shot it to see how much less it'll be since I've done that. But it's just really, really way more fun than I thought it would be.
And I gather you put the upgraded trigger on it too.
You know what? I got that Ruger Elite, and they advertise that thing as a 4.5 pound trigger, but I don't have one of those whatever those things are that measure the trigger pull. But boy, if that thing is breaking at more than 3.5, I'll be surprised. It feels a lot lighter than 4.5 pounds. It's really,
the difference
a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, a good trigger doesn't have to be light. It feels lighter as it's good. By the way, if you've put a muzzle brake on there and you haven't shot it yet, make sure that obviously you're going to wear your hearing protection. Depending on what kind it is, you may find that it's a little bit louder. It may be a little bit louder. If it becomes really loud, you may want to double up. Take some foamy earplugs and put those in and then put your muffs on. Maybe a way to go. Before long, you're going to be shopping for a suppressor. Because once you get into it, man, you get into it. Suppressors are huge, 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 huge. Everybody I talk to has them or wants them. So I had lunch with a guy this week. He said, yeah, he's got a 22 bolt-action rifle. He's got a suppressor on. Squirrel hunting. I went, wow, I never thought of that. They wouldn't hear the shot. They wouldn't get scared. You get follow-up shots. I love it. Have you been hunting with a suppressor? Give me that range report. All righty. A little closed circuit for our listeners in Shreveport, Louisiana, Caddo Parish area tomorrow, October 5? Yeah, October 5th. The Caddo Parish Council is going to take up a gun control measure. They are pushing gun control in Caddo Parish. Need to get on board on this one. It is a regulation that would prevent discharging a firearm within 1,000 feet of, I think it's a building, within 5 miles of the city limits of Shreveport. Now, I don't know what's precipitated this. I don't know what's going on here, but we need a whole bunch of people to show up at the Caddo Parish Council meeting tomorrow night, Monday night, October the 5th. So if you're in Shreveport, get informed, get on board. So we're doing what we can do there, but basically what we're going to need at this point is bodies. So get yourself there. All right, Tom's on line 2 in Houston, Texas. Tom, you're up.
Good afternoon, Tom.
Yes, sir.
I love the show. This is my first time calling. I told the young lady there that I'm glad I was listening a few weeks ago because I was in the midst of purchasing a new phone, considering a Windows phone. And when I heard another gentleman say that the Dealio didn't work on Windows, I bought an Android phone. So
you could get the Gun Dealio app.
Yes, sir, and I'm enjoying listening to the podcast because here at Houston we don't get the show live, so I have to be a podcast person.
Well, so are you using Gun Dealio?
Oh yes, and enjoying it. And it's too early, but I have a sarcastic comment about the events of last week, but I'll hold on to that for a later time. But
okay,
it's great to hear the show and get all the information that you promulgate with you and your experts on the line there. I love it.
Well, I appreciate it. Have you checked out any of the deals available on the Gun Dealio app?
Well, I work in the middle of the night, and I don't have time to roam the streets and spend my money. So when I do go on vacation, I go like a banshee, you see.
I hear you. Okay. Well, look, I appreciate it. I'm glad you were able to grab your Android phone. Yeah, because Gun Dealio is available on the Android platform and on the iOS or Apple platform, not on Windows, at least not at this point. But I appreciate that, Tom. Yeah, we're happy with Gun Dealio. It's working out very well. Tons of people are saving gobs of money and finding out about extra deals. And the cool part is it's free. You just go to the Google Play or the App Store for your iPhone, download it. It's Gun Dealio. You'll pick it up there. Real quickly, line 3, Steve is in Terry, Mississippi. Steve, fill me in on suppressors.
Sir. Well, I was calling about the suppressors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got a 17 HMR that I keep with me, in the garage or out to the barn or anything, and it's a great little critter control and quiet.
Okay.
All right, and
good deal.
All right, it's a Marlin, so it's bolt action, so you don't get a real quick second shot. But if it's quiet enough, I can still get a second shot. They'll look around. Especially
they don't know where it came from.
Bushy-tailed rats.
Yeah, the tree rats. Okay. All right. And I guess you have one on a Para also, a 45?
I have just recently got my suppressor for my Para ordinance for my home protection. I'd always had the Para. I've also got a Colt Officer.
Well, cool. You like it on the Para?
Excuse me?
So do you like that on that Para? It's working well for you?
Oh, yeah. The Para is what it's mounted on. I had to get a Storm Lake barrel for it.
There you go. And look, here's the deal. I just want to jump in. On a 45, man, a suppressor works great. It's a subsonic round. It's just fun. And I love the idea of that for your self-defense gun in your home defense gun. Not loud, not going to blow your ears out. If you shoot suppressors, give me a holler. I'd like to get your range reports. We'll be right back with more Gun Talk.